Hey guys, what's going on? It's Aura here again, and today we have the Leicester Alliance trailer, the one that I've been anticipating the most, as I'll be choosing Gold Deer again, as I did in my original Free Houses Maddening mode run, and every run before that was always first with Golden Deer, so I've been really looking forward to this. I really liked Claude and Hilda's designs and the Lauren sneak peek that we kind of got, so I've been looking forward to this one, and I've just watched it once before, and everything. So once again, we're just going to be here reacting to the Golden Deer. We've already seen Claude, but that's just him again. It's basically what we've already seen. He's fighting Imperial soldiers at what seems to be a fort of some variety. I can't notice any flags or anything particularly interesting in. But here we have Hilda back here. We've already also seen her. That looks like that's a ballista in the background. This looks like the Great Bridge of Erden. In that only has one ballista on that map, I would assume that that's what this is, the Great Bridge of Merton. Just from how it looks back here. But this is most definitely a really good design. I like it. I know a lot of people didn't like the hair. A lot of people have said that. I really like it. I think it suits her. Instead, it's just the design in general. Raphael got a huge glow up. He was like my least favorite design for the Gold Deer. This is so much better. Just like the bandana, I think, is what brings it all together in this design. Like, just like look at the absolute chat of a man now. Like, just going through people with his steel gauntlets, finding some Imperial legs, his punches and kicks. But yeah, no, I really like the bandana design for him. It suits him so well. His nose do look a bit big though. But yeah, so I haven't noticed anything like particularly like interesting in this trailer that like I think is worth pointing out. There's a couple of things a bit later on with certain character aspects that I'll point out, but like this looks like a super move for him. You know, pulling a rock out of the ground and then throwing it, or he didn't throw it, did he? He used it as a bat. But I reckon this is like a really cool design for Raphael. I really like it. Next we have Lycifia, which is one of I think she's like my favorite redesign out of all of the characters. It's rather this or Marianne, which we'll get to in a moment. But I really like the design of her clothes. The white and blue go together perfectly like her former designs, but it looks different enough. There's like, it's very distinct from her time skip design. It does look like a bit of a fusion from that. But I really like how it looks on her. It suits her so well. In my opinion, also her voice lines are pretty good. I won't blame them on the concern that I might get copyrighted. I don't know how YouTube works with that stuff, so I just keep clicking through like I usually have, but a bit of a couple of animations there, but I really like her design so far. It looks really nice. You can see it here, she's got ice magic or an ice element attached to her attacks, which she didn't have in Free Houses. She didn't have any ice attacks in Free Houses. All she had was dark magic because those who sliver in the dark stuff, I won't go too deep into that in case you haven't played Free Houses or don't know fully. But she only had dark magic attacks in her black magic spell list, and that takes up your black magic slots, obviously. So she never had any blizzard or anything, but maybe she will in this game. So maybe she'll have access to black magic and not just dark magic. Or maybe she has like ice elements to her attacks, like how Hilda has electric. I can't really tell you how that goes though, but that's obviously ice. You can just tell from the animation. As the other mages that we've seen, she has a book that kind of flies around her when she's doing her attack animations. Just kind of moves around with her, and that looks like Abraxas, if you ask me. But yeah, so that seems like an Abraxas attack. And here you see like some dark energy come off of it, which is probably from her dark magic side of stuff, which I find pretty interesting. And here we have like what I believe is like her super move, which looks like Hades combined with some kind of light magic attack. Here we have Lawrence Hellman Gloucester. We've seen him before. Just get to this animation. So here he is. He's obviously a Cavalier unit, like Ferdinand and Sylvain so far. Got the rose on his design like he did before. You know, the incorporations of like roses and stuff into his design like normal. His hair's shorter here. It hasn't grown as much over here as it did in the original Three Houses. I actually don't mind this design. I quite like it. I don't like it as much as his time skip design, but it's not bad. The incorporation of like the rose into his animations is also pretty cool. One thing that I did notice in his attacks as compared to like Sylvain's and Ferdinand's is that he does incorporate black magic into his attacks. So like right there. So he goes for a couple of lance swings, which is what we've seen from Sylvain and Ferdinand. But here he goes into a black magic attack, what seems to be Sagate or whatever it is. I'm not too sure how you pronounce them, but it's one of the black magic spells that he learns, and I reckon that's pretty interesting. Magic on you can't use magic on a mounted unit, obviously, in visual games unless you're Holy Knight or Dark Knight. But just like this just looks like basic Cavalier or Paladin. Maybe he is in Dark Knight, but yeah, using magic as he would, that's pretty interesting. And here you go. He's also using like a wind-based magic attack here, it seems. I don't think he got any wind. As far as I know, like he progressed down like the typical fire line and then ended with Ragnarok. Yeah, I don't think he ever learned any wind magic, like I said earlier with like Lycifia as well, where she was using ice-based magic. So I'm guessing they are taking some creative liberties with what they learned, but that's just something that I thought I'd point out. And then, just basic magic it seems here. And there's another one of those things. I think they're checkpoints or something, or like indicators of whether you've captured an area or fort or not. That's my new suspicion on what they are. I just don't know. Maybe someone will tell me in the comments what they actually are, and maybe I'm just an idiot because I don't remember the first Warriors game. Haven't played it. Don't plan on playing it in a while. And there's the another item jar there. Next up, we have Ignatz, or the Big Nuts, whatever you want to call him. Once again, looks like a Bridge of Murden. Got the ballista in the back, and there as well. His design looks pretty similar to like it looks like it was in between the time skip and the original design, which is what all these seem to be. All of his it's just like typical like armor, like around his chest area, but then like he's got like the baggy pants, which he does in the time skip. Typical like magic stuff, but all of his attacks. Let's go back to going forward. Have paint or ink in them. So as you can see, he's like splattered some paint there. When he's charging here, all like different colors of paint blobs are coming in towards his arrow. He's got a sword there, like he does in his original design. And then here, the arrows rain down, they splatter paint everywhere. Maybe that'll be like just like an animation thing, but maybe it like builds into his element thing that people seem to have, like elemental attack things. And that just kind of seems to be a super thing, just gets a bit of paint around. This is Marianne's design as well. This is, I think this is my favorite. I think that Lycifia's just slightly comes in after Marianne's. Let's just see. Okay, so if I just move my frames forward a bit so we can get the portrait on screen. Alright, so Marianne's new design is almost her time skip design, but she has her hair down. And this hairband thing, I don't know what these are called. Maybe someone will tell me or I'll look it up later, but I don't know. Maybe editing me will look it up, or maybe I'll just post this as it is. But I really like her hair being down. That's something that I've wanted to see, like what her hair looks like when it's down, so it's good to finally see that, but I really like it. In her base portrait over here, she is holding her pre-time skip face, not her post-time skip neutral face, so it does look like she's a bit sad, and like after the time skip where she's a bit more positive and happy about stuff. But I do really like the design. I'll just zoom out again so we can get like the full body design. There she's typically, like, she's in a magic class, you can tell because of how she's holding her hands and stuff, as you would expect from Marianne being in a priest class would most likely be the natural route to go. Her cape isn't fully connected. I don't know if that's yeah, it's just a design thing. It's not a frame thing. It goes through the whole thing. So her cape isn't connected at the back. But I really do like this design. The hair looks so nice. And just, I really like Marianne as well. And also my favorite color is blue, so biased towards the designs with blue in them. That's also probably why I like Lycifia's design so much. I really like the dark regal blues, almost navy purple stuff. Also colorblind, don't roast me in the comments for saying that that is like navy when it's actually a completely different blue. Here, you can tell, typical like white magic spells, it seems. So typical like light-based attacks. I have no idea what that is. And it's on the screen the whole time. Maybe it's a follow-up attack kind of thing? Yeah, it explodes, okay. Oh, and they keep coming. Huh. I won't keep aiming forward like that, I might get called out for it. Okay, so that's her a personal coming in effect, it seems. She's healing this horse. Or something to do with said horse. And then this kind of, or maybe that's part of her wind up for her special attack. But as you can see, Ice Incorporation, her main black magic attacks were in ice. So, you know, her base black magic spell was Blizzard. That's what she would, that's like her first black magic spell she gets, unless you like put her into Mage and she gets fire because you didn't train her into Blizzard, which makes it hard to get into Mage in my knowledge. Maybe you can't even get into there without having got the Blizzard. But so yeah, it's part of her wind up for a special because he's the horse that's going to charge. Let me just notice the skin there. But it's going to roast everybody for doing that. But yeah, so I really like the ice. That's like once again a callback to her spell list. Or maybe people are just, maybe you know, the developers are just kind of throwing stuff in at this point because there's also ice and wind on the two characters that don't have ice nor wind. At least from what I know. But I really like the intricate of the ice. I know she had like Blizzard and whatever the other stronger ice one is. It starts with an F and I can't remember how to pronounce it. I never knew how to pronounce it. Can't remember is a lie. And finally, the thing that everyone was worrying about, what will Leonie's design be? Because everyone thought that Leonie or Ignatz would have a horrible design and everyone should be pleasantly surprised that all of their hairstyles look really nice. So none of them have bad designs. There you go, internet. Someone's going to complain about the hair. I swear, someone's going to complain about someone's hair. It's rather going to be Ignatz or Leonie that people are going to complain about. It's rather that. Or that. And maybe someone will complain about Raphael. I don't know why they would, because Raphael's design is amazing. Just once again, typical like Imperial troops. It's only, from what I've seen, Imperial troops in this trailer. Am I right? Imperial troops, Imperial troops, Imperial troops. Imperial troops, yes, it's just Imperial troops. So it doesn't seem to be like any Goldie conflict. Sorry, any kingdom conflict. So once again, you see like these two brigand units back here. Maybe that's just a soldier in a weak position, but I think it's a brigand. Or maybe it's a mercenary, I can't tell. I can't tell what element she has like built into her attacks, if she has one built in. This is a special, it's just like a big lance spin and then heap of like slashes as she runs around. And then, you know, big old helicopter blade swing. But yeah, so followed by a big jab. And I can't tell what element, but there are like these fragments that come off of her attacks, which could be what it is. But yeah, so that's the general overview of the new trailer. Comes out on the 24th of June, as we all know. Yeah, so just preview the designs. That's Leonie's. I'll get a picture of her in frame. So Leonie's new design. Marianne's new design, and I'll get the full body in frame again. Ignat's new design. The shading's like really heavy, by the way. I've also noticed that with people's designs, their shading is incredibly heavy. In close-ups, at least. When you zoom out a bit, it's less heavy, but like some of the things are like very vibrant. Like the reds are incredibly bright, the blues are incredibly like everything like very noticeable. Like you can all see this red incredibly solid. It's like a really solid red and like really solid blues as compared to what we saw in like Free Houses typically, which like it wasn't this like I guess vibrant. So I don't know, that's just like something that like a creative choice, or if they did it to make the designs like more noticeable. But the outlining is a bit hard, but maybe that's just to make the designs look better. I'm not an artist, I don't know how this stuff works. There's Lawrence. I'll get a picture of his main body, but here's just his portrait. Here is his full body as far as I can get, as well as like the biggest like full body of him we can get. We can also get this one if you want him here. There's a wing there of a wyvern, it seems. Yeah, and I'm guessing that's Claude. That's Claude's most likely Claude's wyvern because it's got the white I'll go back, it's white along here, so that's most likely Claude. And Lauren's having an interaction before a battle or during a battle or something. So back to Lycifia. Here is her portrait, and there is her portrait next to her, mainly her full body. I imagine the sleeve holes still have like the vanish into the abyss aspect, but we can't really tell from there. Yep. Yeah, it seems like we do have the vanishing cuffs into the oblivion. That's her design there. We go back a bit. We can get to Raphael's. Here he is doing his big old flex with his amazing bandana. If anyone says his design is bad, they are wrong. I will fight you. But yeah, just a pretty good design choice. Then we go back to Hilda. We've already seen her. That's her portrait. That's her design. Just keeping it all nice and clean with hers. And then, you know, the one thing with Claude, though, just like with Claude, his design didn't really change much from, well, at least like his hairstyle and facialistic features didn't change much from his post-time skip in like Free Houses, right? It's very similar to his design there, which I don't mind. I adore Claude, so just wanted to point that out because he doesn't have the beard. I think like the beard is an L for Claude. The beard looked amazing on him, so losing it is an L. But hey, the drip is cool. So that's my analysis of the Free Houses Gloucester Alliance trailer. How hype are you for Free Hopes now that we probably won't get much more until the release date, since we've just seen all the designs, unless they're going to do like a trailer for the redesigns of the Church of Cerros, which would be pretty interesting, but there's only so many they can do. Because we've already seen Flame in the trailer, and she didn't have a new design, unless that's like before the time skip. So yeah, what's your thoughts? Will we get anything else before the release, or will it be dry until the release? What did you think of everyone's design? Yeah, were you pleasantly surprised? So yeah, I'll see you guys next time when I next decide to make a video. Peace.